Marriage is not a competition, but many couples are secretly keeping score. Who works harder? Who sacrifices more? Who deserves appreciation? And slowly, love turns into rivalry. Your spouse is not your opponent. They are not your servant. They are your life supporter. If you've ever felt like your marriage became me versus you instead of us versus the problem, you need to watch this full story. Because the sweetness of marriage begins the moment competition ends. Everyone talks about it like it's a trophy, like it's something to win, like it's a level you unlock in life. But nobody really tells you what happens after the wedding photos fade, after the guests go home, after the perfect couple comments stop. This is the story of Daniel and Amara. They loved each other deeply. They married young, full of hope, full of dreams. They promised forever. But somewhere between work deadlines, unpaid bills, family expectations, and daily responsibilities, something changed. Not the love, the mindset. Every morning they woke up in the same bed, but some mornings felt heavier than others. Daniel would wake up tired from work stress. Amara would already be thinking about laundry, cooking, errands, and her own job. One day it started small. I always do the dishes. I worked all day. I'm tired too. I do more than you think. It wasn't shouting. It wasn't dramatic. It was subtle, a quiet keeping of score. And that's how competition quietly enters a marriage. Not with loud fights, but with silent comparisons. Then social media made it worse. They would scroll at night. A friend just bought a new car. Another couple was on vacation in Dubai. Someone posted, "My husband surprised me with flowers again." Daniel felt pressure. Amara felt unseen. He wondered, "Am I doing enough?" She wondered, "Why doesn't he do things like that?" And without saying it out loud, they started competing. Competing over who sacrifices more, who works harder, who deserves appreciation, who is more tired. Marriage slowly started feeling like a scoreboard, and scoreboards don't build intimacy, they build distance. One evening, after another small disagreement about house chores, something different happened. Instead of walking away, Amara sat down quietly. She didn't raise her voice, she just said, "I don't want to feel like we're against each other." Daniel paused. He had never thought of it that way. Against each other? Was that what this had become? Two people who once promised forever, now trying to prove who does more. He sat beside her, and for the first time in a long time, they stopped defending themselves and started being honest. "I feel like I'm failing sometimes," Daniel admitted. "I feel unappreciated," Amara whispered. Not angry, just tired. Tired of proving, tired of comparing, tired of keeping track. And in that quiet moment, they both realized something powerful. Marriage is not a competition. There is no winner. Because if one person wins, the other person loses. And in marriage, if one loses, both lose. Your spouse is not your opponent. They are not your rival. They are not your employee. They are not your servant. Your spouse is your life supporter, your teammate, your safe place, the person who should make life lighter, not heavier. The next morning, nothing dramatic changed. No grand romantic gesture, no expensive surprise, just small shifts. Daniel made coffee before Amara woke up, the way she likes it, not because he had to, not to score points, but because he wanted to support her day. Later that afternoon, Amara sent him a simple text. "I'm proud of you. I know work is stressful, but you're doing your best." That message meant more than she realized. Support is powerful. Encouragement is powerful. Feeling like someone is on your side changes everything. Marriage is not 50-50 every day. Some days it's 70-30. Some days it's 90-10. Some days one of you is exhausted, overwhelmed, discouraged. And on those days, the other person carries more. Not because they are superior, but because they are supportive. Because next time, the roles may reverse. And that's okay. That's partnership. Another test came. Financial pressure, an unexpected bill. Old patterns tried to return. It's because you... But Daniel stopped. He took a breath. Instead of blaming, he said, "Okay, how do we handle this together?" Together. One word. But it changed the energy in the room. They sat down. They planned. They adjusted. They didn't fight each other. They fought the problem. That's the difference. In a healthy marriage, it's not me versus you. It's us versus the problem. Slowly, the atmosphere in their home changed. There was more laughter, less tension, more appreciation, less comparison. They stopped keeping score. They started keeping connection. Daniel learned that leadership is not control. Amara learned that strength is not competition. They both learned that respect fuels love, and love grows where respect lives. Marriage is sweet, not because it is perfect, but because it is partnership. It's the sweetness of knowing someone sees you at your worst and still chooses you. It's the comfort of sitting in silence together after a long day. It's the safety of knowing you don't have to compete to be valued. It's being able to say, "I'm struggling," without fear of being judged. It's holding hands in the dark and knowing you're not alone. Marriage becomes bitter when pride enters. When ego says, "I deserve more." When comparison says, "They have better." When control says, "You must obey." But marriage becomes sweet when humility enters. When you say, "How can I support you?" When you say, "Let's grow together." When you remember, you didn't marry a slave, you married a supporter, a companion, a life partner. One quiet night, Daniel and Amara sat on their couch. No phones, no arguments, just peace. She rested her head on his shoulder. He held her hand. Nothing extraordinary happened, but everything felt right, because they understood something deeper now. Marriage is not about who does more. It's about doing life together, not as competitors, not as opponents, but as teammates. If you are married or preparing for marriage, remember this. Stop keeping score. Start building support. Stop comparing your marriage to others. Start protecting what you have. Stop trying to win arguments. Start choosing understanding. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to be right. The goal is to stay connected. Marriage is not a competition. It's a covenant. It's not about domination. It's about devotion. Not about control, but about commitment. And when two people truly support each other, marriage becomes what it was always meant to be: a safe place, a peaceful home, a shared journey. And that is the true sweetness of marriage. Not perfection, not performance, but partnership. If this message touched you, don't just watch and leave. Comment teamwork if you believe marriage should be partnership, not competition. And if you're married, tag your spouse or share this with them. Let this be a reminder that you're on the same side.